Something special brewing here for Yoshinobu Yamamoto, trying to join the likes of Oral Hershiser to deal back-to-back complete game wins in the postseason. You got to go back to that 1988 epic run from Oral to find the last guy that has done what Yamamoto's trying to do in a Dodger uniform. Did it against the Brewers in the championship series, and almost impossibly is trying to do it against this lineup. This lineup that coming into the game had the #1 slugging percentage of any lineup in postseason history. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. leads off. Guerrero singled in the third. Toronto does not have a base runner since. 17 up, 17 down. Has not been a ball out of the infield since the fifth. A curve to the knees for strike one. The splitters tap foul. 0-2.
Well, they say when you're an offense and you're up there and the guy's in rhythm, you got to get him out of the stretch. Well, haven't done that in a while.
It was pretty much constant stress and stretch first few innings. Got the run on 4 hits over the first 3. And a rocking chair since. And you hold your breath right here if you're Toronto. Fouls this ball off himself and in pain. As he walks it off, gives us a chance to remind you that after the game, the post-game show presented by Strauss comes your way with Kevin Burkhardt, Alex Rodriguez, Big Papi, and Derek Jeter.
I don't want to hear Derek say anything about the University of Michigan tonight.
Oh, they're going to say 96.
Well, that ship has sailed.
That's a long time ago, Derek. Let's take a look at Vlad here. All right, John, you want to talk football?
Let's talk football.
Tomorrow on Fox, NFC East rivalry, Jackson Dart, upstart Giants against the Eagles. Already beat them once. Check our local listings for the game in your area tomorrow on Fox. KB will do the Strauss post game. Head down there to call it. 0-2 on Guerrero. Here comes Yamamoto. He just missed. He found his zone, but it missed his spot. Didn't get the call. Guerrero came into the game 3 strikeouts all postseason. Yamamoto trying to get him for the second time tonight. He says. 2-2. Sasaki just in case. Curve off the end of the bat. Freeman to first. 1 away in the 9th. You know, it's a franchise with such a rich history, and the pillars of that history are some of the biggest names in pitching that we've ever seen in this sport. I mentioned Oral Hershiser. He did it in 1988. In that same era, Fernando Valenzuela. Of course, back to Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale and Don Sutton, all Hall of Famers. Clayton Kershaw in this era. A strike on Kirk. To do something that stirs up those names, stirs up the biggest names in this franchise's history, you're doing something utterly masterful. And Yoshinobu Yamamoto, that.
How about what he's just doing in this new generation of devaluing starting pitching? It makes it even stand out even more. When you don't see this at all and everybody's so quick to go to the bullpen, to me, it stands out more than the guys you just mentioned when it was more commonplace.
Kirk sends a line drive to center field. Justin Dean is there. 2 gone in the 9th. Well, I've mentioned it several times. It would have been almost a decade since anybody had pitched a complete game in the postseason. Yamamoto out away from doing it back-to-back starts. Standing out like a beautiful sore thumb. Mastery. The word keeps popping up. Mastery. 6 different pitches. A feel for all of them. And a strike on Varsho.
You know what comes to my mind?
Don't
don't do the other team a favor. Why? Meaning, if you take him out, you're doing the other team a favor. He's in rhythm. And there's no stress.
0-2 on Varsho. Yamamoto 6 1/3 in Game 2 of the World Series last year against the Yankees, and it was like, wow, that is deep. He's redefining that, resetting that bar for himself and for everybody else in these playoffs. The 0-2 pitch. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Left side. Yamamoto goes the distance again. World Series mastery. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Game 2 of the World Series against the Blue Jays, has thrown a complete game, retiring the final 20 that he faces. 9 strikeouts, no walks. Simply dazzling.
I told you this is going to be my favorite game that we do in this series, just based on the 2 pitchers and really based on that guy. Man, did he get it done.
And he got these Dodgers into a tied series, 1-1, after the Blue Jays leveled the Dodgers in the first game with 11 runs. Offense looking like an unstoppable force. Their match tonight, and Yamamoto moves to 3-1 in the postseason. The first guy to throw back-to-back complete games in the postseason, one of them in the World Series since Tom Glavine in 1992. The first Dodger to do it since Orel Hershiser and his MVP 1988. We've seen the pitcher. We've talked about the pitcher. But the guy, the teammates love, one of the favorites down there, acclimated himself so quickly, coming over new country, new language, new schedule, new city, new food, all this stuff that he had to get used to. Was good as a rookie, really took off in the postseason. Elite here in his second year. Masterful, historically good when it matters most. Down to Tom Verducci.
Thanks. With Yoshinobu Yamamoto, your interpreter, Yoshihiro Sonata. A beautiful game you pitched tonight. 104 pitches, no walks, a complete game in the World Series. What are you most proud of tonight?
104球、フォアボール出し、一番今日何を誇りに思いますか。
1イニングずつしっかり、投げていけたのと、初回ちょっと、ランナー出したりで、球数いったんですけど、しっかり切り替えて、いけたんで、いい結果につながりました。
You know, because I racked up my pitch count early on, but I think I took it like a 1 inning by 1 inning, and then I think I was executing my pitches very well today.
Well, let's talk about how the game started. Lots of pitches in the first inning, runners on first and third, and then you went on to retire the last 20 batters of the game. What changed?
今日おっしゃったように海外初回の方で前半の方で球数が多くなったんですけども、その後20人すべてきちっとアウト取れた。それはどういう要因だったでしょうか。
やっぱりこうなんていうんだろう、リラックスして初回入るっていうのは心がけてたんですけど、やっぱワールドシリーズなだけあってちょっと力みがあったんで、しっかり冷静に調整して、そこからテンポを上げていけることができました。
I was trying to be going into the game relaxing, but it's a World Series, so I kind of get early on because I was kind of throwing with unnecessary tension. So I just adjusted that, and then as the game went on.
You gave us a game for the ages. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.